Good morning. I hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely Friday morning. I'm coming on because I was just having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and she's out of the country right now in Colombia, and I'm headed down to visit with her on Sunday. And she's at breakfast right now, and she just saw this couple, and the woman was staring into the man's eyes. She sent me a picture and just said, this woman is just staring into his eyes so intently, so, attentive, and just really, really focused on the man she's at breakfast with. And I said, that's what a woman can do when she is well taken care of. And that started a whole conversation where, I was just saying that every woman desires to be taken care of. Every woman. And with this current climate and culture of modern culture, it's like women, boss chicks, and we don't need men, and nice for what? I catch flights, not feelings. I mean, I could go on and on with the cliches and t-shirts and the rah 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 around women's independence and women's equality, and guys, all of this has gotten so out, just so exaggerated. It's all gotten so exaggerated, right? To the point where women feel guilty for feeling like they want a loving relationship where the man is the primary breadwinner and provider and protector, and men feel some type of way about women wanting that anymore. Well, women's rights and feminism, but guys, real talk, here's the problem. Nothing has changed at the core of what women need and what men need. Nothing has changed. I say this all the time. You guys, I've been so consistent about saying how much all of this world has gotten so crazy and things have changed so much, but the essence of who we are as a woman, the nature of a woman, the nature of a man, it's still there. So although you may be projecting, oh, I'm a boss chick, I'm a woman, right? I got this. I don't need a man. I want a man, but I don't need a man. That's not true. And then when you get in relationships, when you've led with that energy and with that spirit, and you find yourself then exhausted, you find yourself burnout, overextended, because guess what? You don't even show up to be able to have your needs met because you're pretending like you don't even have any needs. So then he's not responding in the way you want him to because you're not even showing up with needs. He doesn't respond to just wants. Men respond to needs. Men respond to the energy of being needed, being relied upon, being seen as powerful and strong and reliable and responsible. This is what makes men tick. Being productive, being strong, being respected for being those things. This is what makes a man tick. And so when women don't show up in that feminine energy, guess what? He's not responding to it. So you're not getting the response you want from men because you're not even showing up in your feminine energy to say, hey, take care of me, right? Hey, oh, wow, lovely. Thank you so much. You are so wonderful. So then guess what, ladies? We're imbalanced in the feminine and the masculine energy. You're more masculine than feminine. So guess what? You're showing up masculine, and men don't respond to masculine energy. Men don't respond. And then we don't like it. Oh, he's not doing this. A real man would do it, Rebecca. A real man would do it regardless. A real man, that's not how it works. He'll just go find a woman who gives him that feminine energy for him to respond to organically and authentically versus trying to engineer it and having to try to think of it differently, trying to make it feel the way they need it to feel right? Tricks are for kids. Can't trick it. Can't manufacture it. It's either there or it's not. And ladies, every woman desires to be taken care of. Every single woman. It is in our nature to be taken care of. It is in our nature to be with a man who is going to provide, protect, and pray. We want protection. We want security. God has put it inside of us to desire security, desire stability, desire to feel safe. Think all the way back to caveman. Think all the way back to the basics of the caveman, right? Provide, protect, cover, hide, right? It's innate. It's in our DNA that we still want it. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Materialism. This is where it gets tricky. Because based on social media, everybody's rich. Everybody's rich. Everyone's got 5-bedroom houses. Everybody's driving luxury cars. Everybody is making 6 figures, 7 figures. Everybody. When we know that that's not the truth. The average person with a bachelor's degree makes like $50,000 a year. So now, all of these materialistic expectations of what life should look like, and it's reinforced through all this imagery online, right? And so then, what? We then set these materialistic expectations. When you look at what people clear after taxes, what do you net after taxes? How is everyone going to be living in these big homes and luxury cars? Ladies, now this is where it gets real tricky. So you go out to strive, right? You go out to strive to make 6 figures yourself, create this income yourself, but then you're looking for a man that can provide on that level or greater. And you also then add in, well, if we get married and have babies, I don't want to have to work. So now he really needs to double. If you're making 150 and he's making 150, he's got to figure out a way to make $300,000 a year if he wants to be able to have a wife who is taking care of the children and doesn't have to work. Do you know what percentage of the population that is that makes $300,000 a year? Let's ask Siri. It's really, really low. It's really low. Guys, it's so low. Let's see what Siri says. What percentage of the population makes $300,000 or more? % of employed people made $300,000 or more in total income. 2020, 90% of employed people made less than $125,000 a year. 2% of the population made $300,000 or more. So for those of you who are creating these expectations around 6-figure incomes, but then ladies, at the end of the day, I said something on vacation last week with my girlfriend Den. We were talking, or maybe I was talking to my other girlfriend. I forget who I was talking to, but I said this: I'm so grateful I have not made billions of dollars doing something I don't love. I just need you to listen to me for a second. Do you realize how many people, first of all, so many people are faking how much money they make. They're lying. They're, as you can see, the numbers don't work out. It's not that many people making millions of dollars. It's just not. That's number one. 2, for people who are making an income, there's an aspect of this that has to be considered. How many people have killed themselves to get to a certain level of income, but they hate what they do? They do not have quality of life, work-life balance, purpose, greater purpose and fulfillment, and they're not happy. But now you've created a lifestyle and income, that now, and that depends on this level of income, and you don't even like how you make the money. I see it across social media every day. I see people I've met in real life who have social media images, a public image that is not authentic to who they are or what's really going on in their life, but they can't stop doing what they're doing that pays the bills because they don't have another way of making that money to replace that money that is authentic to self. And now fear and ego kicks in, and you can't even back away from what you're doing to make all of this money because you're scared to show up authentically. You know how many miserable lawyers there are, but how do you back away? How do you back away from being an attorney who's miserable at a law firm and have to try to strike out on your own? And owning your own firm is entrepreneurship. Owning your own therapy practice is entrepreneurship. Starting a business, branding a business, advertising a business, that takes time and scaling to replace a salary, to replace an income. Yeah, social media makes it look easy, but it's not. I'm so grateful I've created streams of income that are authentic to who I am and based around authentic abundance and joy and peace and bliss. And anytime something stops being that for me, I stop doing it. But guess what, guys? I don't have some luxurious, expensive, crazy lifestyle. I don't have an overhead. I haven't gone and created bills. I don't have debt. I don't have debt. Why am I talking about this? Because that means I can rely on Carrie Pope to pay the majority of the bills and lean in on that in seasons of my life where I don't feel like producing. Carrie just started another company, professional transportation company, limo service, to where our budget is not so crazy. I'm not buying designer purses every month. We don't live in a $10,000 mortgage house. We're not driving Lamborghinis. We live below our means so that, guess what? Carrie Pope can take care of me. Why am I talking about this? Because I had to learn this as a modern woman and even as a boss chick, that I get tired. I had to turn and look to Carrie to say, baby, I need you to take over more of this. I don't want to do all of this. I'm tired. I'm tired of working so hard. I'm tired of hustling and grinding in my former years. That gets old. Guess what? As soon as I turn to Carrie to say, baby, I need you to take over more. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Carrie goes to work, waiting on that feminine energy, waiting on that, just sitting there waiting like, okay, I got this. I got you, baby. Mind you, I've done my part. No extravagant, crazy bills. Are you hearing me, ladies? No crazy, crazy bills. I don't expect him to cover $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month of a lifestyle that I've created. No, debt-free. Minimal bills. Bring that thing, rein that thing in. It doesn't take all of that to be happy anyway. I literally dismantled my little designer wall I had in my office. First of all, we're going to move, but I dismantled it because I had like all my designer bags and some shoes back here and stuff that I've accumulated over years. But guess why I took it down? Because even when I sometimes do a video that was going to show that wall, I don't want to be reinforcing that this is what success looks like. And this is what you've got to have to be successful. I realized as I'm getting a little older, I'm a Gigi now, I'm a grandma. Guess what, guys? I'm realizing as a mentor, as a coach, as a auntie, as a more wise and mature woman that young women look up to, I don't want to reinforce materialism that says, unless you got this Gucci bag, a Louis Vuitton bag, and this and that and the other, unless you got all that, you're not successful. And the pressure that social media is putting on all of us to live outside of our means, to try to have these materialistic symbols of wealth that don't equate to wealth, that are the opposite of wealth. You're killing yourself to look rich, but you're really broke based on your bank account. Broke. That's not authentic. That's not honest. It's not what you're wearing. These are not assets. But if you keep trying to set these expectations to keep up with the world, and it's never ending. I've said it before, ego is never fulfilled. I looked up, I came off this show, came home, I looked at all my bags, I looked at my shoes, and I said, if I don't buy another bag or another pair of designer anything for the next 10 years, I got enough stuff that I don't need not one more dime spent on something designer. And does it make you happy anyway? Come on now, stop and think about what I'm saying to you. Does it even make you happy? Or would you rather be financially secure with so much money in the bank you don't have to worry about it, and you get to travel and live your best life and have some babies and enjoy peace of mind and get to sleep in the morning, and together with your partner come up with ideas and support each other to make money, but not have to worry about money, not be stressed? Every woman desires to be taken care of. Every single woman. I'm showing up. Why am I saying this? Because we need to talk about these things. And it's not just a desire, it's a need. It's a need. It's not just a desire, ladies. I don't care what situation you get into. I don't care who you're with. I don't care how much money you make. You are going, when it comes to being in a relationship, you want to be taken care of. You want to feel taken care of. You want to feel provided for. You don't want to have to feel like you have to perform and produce 24/7. And that's one of the problems with modern relationships. We can fall in love, but now it's gotten so complicated because now it's about, can you pay my bills? And now you coming in with $10,000 a month overhead. It costs you so much to even breathe. So you're literally so high maintenance that now you still have the desire and the need to be taken care of. But now what? It's going to take somebody who's practically a millionaire. And we just saw the percentage of what somebody making 300,000, 2%. Somebody said 1.8 when they asked Alexa. 1.8% of the population. Only 1.8% of the population makes $300,000 or more. Who you gonna marry? Who you gonna marry? Where are all these men at? The demographics are showing you, if it's only 1.8% of the population, and let's just say how many of those are men, 65, 70% are men, trying to be fair based on, men making more money. And then how many of them are married already? How many of them are gay? And then how many of them actually are interested in you? Because you know I've taught that in dating. It doesn't even matter how many candidates there are. How many are interested in you? Who wants you? Because it don't matter if you want them. Is he in love with you? Is he tripping over himself, falling over himself to love you? And this is how modern relationships have gotten so complicated, because it's no longer just about love. It's now, because it was easier, ladies, when we didn't have any money. We could make it about love when we didn't have no money. Go back a couple generations, go back 3-4 generations where women were primarily staying in the home. And it was your primary job was to be a mom and a wife. And you might have worked a little part-time or done some things. My grandmother cleaned some homes, did some things on the side, but she had 8 children. She was primarily a wife and a caretaker. Caregiver, wife, housewife, mother. Right? Worked a little cleaning houses on the side. That's it. Well, how much money did a man need to make to take care of his family? Because it wasn't about. You're going to feel protected. You're going to feel provided for in a situation where you don't make money outside the home. So guess what? A man that you get along with, that makes you feel good, that you think is cute, is really not that complicated, right? Think about it. Not complicated at all. Your needs are being met. Now, you're a woman making $80,000, $100,000 plus, and you want a man to provide, protect, and pray for you, be on your level and be compatible, and you want to feel protected and provided for. Now it's more complicated. Where are all those men at? Or you're making $50,000, but you want him to make $150,000 because now you have all these materialistic expectations. You want him to upgrade your life, right? It's not about building. It's an upgrade. I want to upgrade. I want to travel. You want to do things you can't provide for yourself. I want a Louis Vuitton bag. I want to drive a Mercedes. I want to go on trips and post pictures to show off to my friends and make people feel like I'm successful. There's all these different scenarios, but it all boils down to ego. None of this stuff has anything to do with love. Let's be clear. None of that has anything to do with love. That's ego, materialism, superficial. You can't take it with you when you die. The only thing that's eternal is love. They're going to bury you with these bags. They're going to bury you in these red bottoms. Where are you going with these red bottoms? Where are you going with these bags? What are they doing for you? Everybody got them. I live in Atlanta. Everybody got them. A real one or a fake one, everybody got them. Ain't even no big deal no more. Who are you trying to impress? It ain't impressive no more. Because everybody got it. Whether it's fake or real, everybody got one. People, listen, I have a couple people who own businesses, and I support their business. They used to be in like high-end luxury retail. They tell me all the stories. It ain't just a black thing. It ain't. For black people, you think, oh, black people, black people. No, it's everybody. She was telling me how white women come in Neiman Marcus with their girlfriends on their little lunches, their girlfriend lunches, and they know they're going shopping, but they're broke in real life, but they got credit. They come up, run their credit card for $5,000 and $6,000 at Neiman's, buying stuff they can't afford, and then the very next day, after they're out for their shopping and brunch with their friends, they're returning the bags and returning the shoes on the credit card they bought. They were just stunting for their friends, acting like they were, because they'd planned this for months, but now they're returning it the next day because they can't afford that. They stunting too. Everybody wants to look rich and successful. Can I tell you what true success looks like? True success is living your life on your own terms and being happy and being at peace, feeling fulfilled, having goals, purpose, inner peace. Last thing you want to do is be worrying about money. Last thing you want to do is create a lifestyle that becomes a prison. Because the same way you got it, you got to maintain it to keep it. Who am I talking to today? You're striving to create this. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. I got to make this money. I got to get this, Rebecca. I got goals. I got dreams. Okay. But are you chasing it at the expense of happiness? Are you chasing it at the expense of inner peace? Because whatever you're doing to try to get to it, you got to keep doing it to keep it, to maintain it. Are you ready to live like that forever? Or is it time for you to rethink some of these goals to realize, you know, Rebecca, it don't really take $1 million a year for me to be happy. It don't take $1 million a year. It don't take $10 million a year. It don't take being a billionaire. Authentically, Nick says, money can bring peace, though it's a catch-22. I'm not saying that money is bad or evil. What I am saying is money has its rightful place in an abundant life. There has to be balance. It can't be money or nothing. I'm going after money. Because think about what our current society has become. It's all centered around money. Materialism, superficial capitalism, it's all focused on money, 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 money. Little Duval made a post this morning. It contributed to my thoughts for the day. And then I was talking to my girlfriend in Colombia. And he put a post up, this generation making more money than ever and still depressed and unhappy. This current generation making more money than we ever did at their age. My oldest son, 28, 6 figures already. 6-figure corporate job and owns a business and planning more. 28 years old, bought his first house last year, owns a business and has a 6-figure job. 28. He doing the dang thing. But guess what? It doesn't ensure happiness. This young generation making more money than ever, but depressed and miserable and unhappy. Because money doesn't equate to happiness. Money doesn't equate to joy. Money doesn't equate to inner peace. If it is all you're focused on, it has its rightful place. It is part of a well-rounded life. It is an essential part of a well-rounded, abundant life. It is one element of a secure, happy, healthy, well-balanced life. I'm not saying it's goals to be broke. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying money's bad. It has its rightful place. All I'm saying is every woman desires to be taken care of. And ladies, you making more money and more money and more money isn't the answer. These relationship goals you've created, and you think you're going to impress a man with this resume and more money and more money and more money and oh, I own this and I do this and I do that. Men aren't impressed by that. If anything, he's like, she don't need me. Happy girls are the prettiest. You losing your inner peace and being stressed and looking older than your years, you being stressed, worried, anxious, is making you less attractive when it comes to dating. Because you're creating these goals and creating these benchmarks for yourself. You created them. I'm talking to the boss chicks. I'm talking to the ladies out here. Go, go, more, more. Get it. Go, 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 go. You listening to Megan Thee Stallion? You listening to all that? Your pump up, go, go, go hard. Lotto, big Lotto. You listening to all your pump up hard boss chick music. Go hard or go home. You just go, go, go. But then you also desire love. And all I'm saying is you don't need all of that for love. You don't. That's not what love is based on at all. That's not what a man is requiring from you. A man isn't requiring that from you. A man wants to take care of you. A man wants to be needed by you. That's my message for today. I love you guys. I'm going to go over here. I got a trademark due today with this lawyer. I got to find out when this is due. What I got to send them to fix it, to lock in this trademark that I got to submit. I love you guys. Blessings in abundance. Happy Friday. I did my live this morning. I'm all done for today. Woo! All right. Blessings in abundance. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.